Hello, literature lovers. Today, as you can see, I am discussing the biography of a very famous novelist, a British writer named Joseph Conrad. And he is mostly remembered by his very famous work, Heart of Darkness, and also Lord Jim. But my personal favorite is Heart of Darkness. You can have your own. We're talking about his basic background, and he was born in December 3rd, 1857, in Polish parents, that is belonging to Poland. Now it's kind of Ukraine. So you can see the mixed scenario and in his stories, and also the secret agent, all a combination of the dark side of human nature. And he died in England in 1924. And there are other mentions relating to his career and lifetime here, and we can think about it. 1950, and he was talking about his parents, and they were also Polish patriots, and they were in the oppression of Russian rule. So you can see how the political scenario affected Joseph Conrad's life, and he really was suffering. And he was the first tutored by his father, and later on attended a private school. At the age of 16, he left Poland and then went to France. Now talking about the other lifetime, and he was with his uncle, and in the friendship he traveled in the South America and later other gun struggling international borders. And he also attempted a suicide. So you can see how his life was traveled. He also came to India through that ship in Singapore, Australia, and Africa also. And so he had great travel experiences. Now, he talk about his marriage with Jessie, who was the daughter of a bookseller. They also had two sons. And not to forget about his friendship with John Gosworthy, Ford Melford, and H.G. Wells, and his work Almary's Folly, that was also quite famous. And the greater work was Lord Jim 1900s, Heart of Darkness 1902, and especially the place which is mentioned is Congo of Africa, and the protagonist in Heart of Darkness is Kurds, a European trader. So talking about how human nature and violent side is there, and racial prejudice is also quite important, and in contrast with psycho-political situations related to it, and how human history is revolving around it. Not to forget Nostrum and Secret Agent, and another memoir titled Personal Records is also one of his work. Later in life, especially in the last 2 decades of his life, Conrad produced more autobiographical writings like The Era of Gold and The Rescue, and his final novel was The Rover, which was published in 1923. Conrad died of heart attack in 1924 in England, and he influenced 20th century writers, especially T.S. Eliot, Graham Greene, and also Virginia Woolf, Albert Camus, and William Faulkner. His works has been translated into dozens of languages and is still taught in schools and universities. I'm sure this overall biography will be helpful for you, and since he is so renowned, thanks for being part of it. Thanks.